Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin and you're on Fast Entrepreneur. Let's get into it. I want to shoot a quick video. I want to talk about optimism, the optimism ecosystem, some of the things that I'm looking at, thinking about, and some action steps that you can take as well if you're interested. Obviously, nothing I ever say is financial advice. You always got to do your own research. Let's get into it. All right. So optimism, well, here's what I want to get into. There are still some things that are happening, and I want to get right to it. So what is optimism? Optimism is a layer 2 scaling solution here for Ethereum. Ethereum just went through the merge, this first kind of part of the upgrade to Ethereum. Optimism is one of the major L2s, and they recently launched a token of their own, and they are using future token drops. They're giving them to various platforms on their in their ecosystem to do as they like, to incentivize, and that's where I want to talk about Velodrome. So let's first talk about let's talk about the optimism quests. What is it and what you can do? So the quests are similar to, you know, kind of what like Arbitrum was doing with the Arbitrum Odyssey. Basically, the optimism quests, they give you, you know, various tasks on like, you know, 16 or 20, I forget the exact number, but it's somewhere around there, different platforms. You know, sometimes it's, you know, make a basic swap, you know, 20 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever it might be, deposit liquidity, etc., etc. You get an NFT to prove that you did it, and this may actually have some weight in maybe future optimism airdrops, but regardless, it'll get you familiar with the ecosystem as a whole. And if it's something that you know, you think you want to do, you can check out the I saw a dog. I thought that was a real dog. It's a statue of a dog. Oh, that was a little scary. Yeah, I'm out here for a walk. I'm dropping a few things off at some of the local houses in the neighborhood here. So what was I talking about again? Yeah, I just got spooked by that fake dog. So optimism quests, if that's something you want to do, you can check it out. You earn these NFTs, and I think it's open until somewhere in January of 2023, this platform. So, you know, the quest, you can check it out. There's a couple little glitches I've noticed, like just on the website itself, but if you do the activities and then you seem to wait like a few days when they take a new snapshot, it does, you do get your NFTs. So, you know, that's how that goes. So, let's talk about Velodrome. So Velodrome is an AMM, automatic market maker. Kind of an interesting approach here on optimism. What they're doing is in order to incentivize liquidity providers, various folks can offer, they call them bribes, but you can offer up kind of incentives and earn weekly kind of income rewards. And in addition to that, as I said, you know, at the beginning of this, that optimism has given a certain amount of the optimism token to certain projects like Velodrome in order for them to use as they wish. And so they also have, and this is kind of neat, is if you lock up, so what you do is you buy their Velo token. Again, not financial advice, do your own research. But you buy their Velo token. If you lock up over 10,000 of their VE Velo, right? The voting escrow Velo, for the first week, right, as a new locker, a portion of whatever that allotted new Velo token will be eligible for an op airdrop. And so just to give an example, like in various weeks past, like sometimes you were getting up to, say, 25 cents on the dollar back, all the way up to, even more than that, sometimes 30, 35, depending. And this is every Wednesday, it seems, when they do their cutoff. And, it depends on how many new Velo was locked that week. So there's two income streams. The one time for new lockers above 10,000. It's a one time, you get a certain amount of Optimism tokens. And then in addition, there's the second income stream, which is every week. If you're in these pools and you're voting on these pools, then you're receiving some of these bribes. So the numbers themselves, pretty interesting. Depending on the price of the Velo token, like right now, it's I think Velo is probably $7 million market cap, which for a project like this, listen, it could go, could tank just like anything, in the crypto world, or it could be, kind of a staple AMM in the Optimism ecosystem and potentially have, future appreciation itself. But kind of the way to think, that I think about it is it's a way that if you believe in Velo and you're okay with locking up tokens, for anywhere for a few months to 4 years, you can get exposure into the Velodrome ecosystem, at a discount, right? Because you're getting a little bit back that one time if you lock up that certain amount, and also every week thereafter, depending on the bribes for the pools you're in. So obviously the numbers will change. So for some people, if you're compounding, like you're taking your weekly and your initial lockup bonus and you're compounding it, you might be able to hit double your amount of Velo in 3-4 weeks. But this, there's depending factors, right? Depends on the price you got, depends on the, did the price move a Velo in the meantime, what's the percentages, of the airdrop, bonus, and also, what are the bribes for the week. But anyways, so that's that. These are, I'm just sharing some practical things that if you are interested and you want to look at, if you believe in the future of L2s, and you think that Optimism is going to play, a big part or some part, it seems to me, and who knows, but Optimism, obviously, this isn't like a fly-by-night. It's, there's been a lot of anticipation for the Opt token. Now it's here. The ecosystem is seeing projects. It is seeing some use. We are in a bear market, and they do have these quests and things. So it might be something that for the next few months, maybe you just want to dip your toes into. But how you doing? So that is that. It's up to you. Whether or not. Now, how long will this take you? If you want to do the quests, there might be a few quests depending on your country that you just, you're not able to do. But for the most part, most of them most likely will be. The amounts, it seems, most of the quests probably, if you got maybe $100 or $200 worth of tokens, should be sufficient. You do the quest. Some of them you have to, do the quest and maybe wait 3-4 days or a week. And then if you want, you can always, withdraw that position and, do more quests or do whatever. The gas fees obviously are pretty low on Optimism, so, you might spend, 50 cents or $1, on each quest, yada, yada. But the upside could be, could be quite large. If there is an airdrop or if this has anything associated with it. So, it's something if you're interested in doing, take a little bit of time, learn some of these protocols and maybe set yourself up for something in the future. What else is there? So in terms of how much time, it kind of depends. If you're familiar enough to how to go about doing this, right, you'll need some, you'll probably need like a wallet, like a MetaMask or some self-custody wallet. You'll have to hook it up to Optimism you'll have to figure that out. I'm not going to walk through it here, but pretty straightforward once you do it. And I don't know, let's say if it takes you, if you're familiar, maybe it'll take you, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes per quest. So, maybe an hour to 2 hours, you might be able to walk through most of these quests. Maybe you want to do, break it up. Maybe you want to do like, 8 quests, wait a week, come back, claim your NFTs, see how it went, and then you might want to withdraw some of your positions if you want to reuse those funds for the next quests, and then see how it goes. And, a couple hours at a time, learn a new protocol. And like I said, maybe set you up just to give you, an example. The first, when Optimism launched their token, there were various levels, of airdrop amounts that people received depending on what they did. So, at that point it was undefined, what it was going to be, but, whether or not you were an early user, were you a repeat user, did you vote, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, some people earn thousands of dollars worth. And, the time that even when the token launched, it was still probably, for a lot of just the basic folks that qualified, probably around $1,000. So, and, for those users, a lot of it was just, did you bridge to Optimism? Could have qualified you for that. And so, think about it. But probably that action probably could have been done, in 15 minutes, with not a whole lot of money, maybe $100 to $200 again, moving it over. And, and you put your hat in the ring. And like I said, for some, it worked out. So, this might be another opportunity. Again, this is the Optimism ecosystem. It's something to potentially do or look forward to in the bear market. It's not only a learning experience, but, potentially set yourself up for something. So anyways, that's about all I got on that. I kind of just, I'm out just kind of thinking to myself like, well, what can I, what can I share? Maybe what kind of value, could I bring? And that's just kind of two things in the Optimism ecosystem that I'm looking at and seeing, as kind of low barriers, but just something that, if you're not just kind of passive, and you do want to, again, you could also, if you really want to double down, you could try this with several different wallets, but you'll have to make that decision for yourself. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything, and the long term, I mean, who knows where prices, are going to go in the next year or two. We've got bear market in crypto. We've got, the dollar, everybody's fleeing to the dollar. Maybe we'll have a reversal. We'll see. There might be a depression, recession coming to certain countries. So, I'm not here to, to say, price action this or price action that. I'm more just saying, okay, if this is something, if you're still here watching this video, probably says a lot, right? I mean, because usually a lot of people during a bear market, they just kind of flee and go about and, but people like myself and folks like you, if you're sticking around, you're probably interested in the long term. You're interested in, in learning and doing as we go along. So that's kind of, where I'm at. We got a little bit of time to think and to build. Let's see. Just another thing, some of these, and I don't know all the projects, but some of the Optimism quests, some of the projects themselves may end up, they may have their own tokens and maybe they'll airdrop their own tokens to some early users. So, who knows if they'll be worth anything or, But I will say this, I mean, usually it seems like when you get airdropped a token, you know, first off is, you know, well, what is it going to be worth? And, you know, if it is worth something, like what percentage of the pie, you know, are you splitting it with? So, you know, if during a bear market, if there's not too many folks, you know, around or paying attention or taking these actions, you know, if it is worth something, maybe it's worth less because it's a bear market, but, you know, you might be having a greater percentage of the pie because maybe there's just not that many folks out there even thinking about this or doing this. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, it seems like to me, the optimism quest maybe hasn't been as publicized. I mean, maybe it has, maybe I just haven't been looking, but I think that the optimism airdrop originally, you know, a lot of people kind of had on their minds. It was, you know, a while ago, but, you know, I think that this optimism quest, I don't know, I don't know if they rushed it but it just seems like, you know, it came out and here it is. And, you know, but again, you know, maybe I'm just not paying attention to the marketing side of that as much, but that's that. So anyways, out for a walk. I suggest y'all get some exercise, get out while you still can. You know, well, the weather's nice, you know, one step at a time, learn, grow, rinse, repeat. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some value. You know, at the end of the day, anything I say, you know, it's just that. It's just words until action is taken. So, you know, if you want to take action, at least you might have something to look back on, reflect good or bad upon. If not, you know, I don't know what to tell you, you know, then, you know, but if you're an action taker and you want to go about doing it, if you got anything that you want to share in the comments or stuff that, you know, you want to bring to my attention or, you know, have me look at or focus on in the future, let me know in the comments. And that's about it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and that's a wrap. Until next time, folks. Peace.